In today's episode, I will cover the challenges of dating and relationship in the 21st century, and especially the dating scams. Here in the US, the industry generates approximately $2 billion in revenue each year and expand at an annual rate of 5% between 2010 and 2015. It is definitely a big market for singles out there. But that doesn't mean it is 100% safe. There are a few legitimate dating services websites that allows members to establish online relationship. Often, these online friendships blossom into genuine long-term relationship or marriages. An increasing number of people have found life partners via relationships started online. Sadly, however, scammers have managed to effectively exploit this trend to further their own financial agenda. Many people around the world have been duped into sending money to internet fraudsters posing as would-be girlfriend or boyfriend. I'm sure that many more will continue falling victims as plenty of singles hold their heart in their sleeves, figuratively speaking, of course. Now, a typical internet dating scam goes like this. A person registers at an online dating service and creates a profile. The profile will include information and possibly a photograph of the person along with a way of interested singles to make contact. In due course, a scammer contacts the person posing as someone interested in exploring a possible romantic relationship. Now the victim responds and the pair begins corresponding regularly. They may soon bypass the dating service contact system and start communicating directly, usually via email. Now over time, the scammer will slowly earn the trust of the victim. He or she may discuss family, jobs, and other details designed to make the correspondent seem like a real person who is genuinely interested in the victim. Photographs may be exchanged. However, the person that the victim thinks he or she is corresponding with is likely to be purely an inventor of the scammer. Photographs may not even show the real sender. The victim's apparent love interest may look completely different to the person in the photograph, and, in reality, may not even be in the same gender. After the scammer has established the illusion of a genuine and meaningful relationship, he or she will begin asking the victim for money. For example, the scammer may claim that he or she wants to meet in person and ask the victim to send money for an airfare so that their meeting can take place. Or, the scammer may claim that there has been a family medical emergency and request financial assistance. Now, the scammer may use a variety of excuses to entice the victim to send funds. Now, if the victim complies and sends money, he or she will probably receive further such requests. Now, with his or her judgment clouded by a burgeoning love for the scammer's imaginary character, he or she may continue to send money. Finally, the victim will come to realize that he or she has been duped, perhaps after waiting fruitlessly at the airport for a lover who will, of course, never arrive. Meanwhile, the scammer pockets the money and moves on to the next victim. In fact, the scammer may be stringing along several victims simultaneously. In many cases, the victim will not only have lost out financially, but also be left heartbroken and hard to trust potential mates. Now, these scammers tend to prey on victims that may be especially lonely, shy, or isolated, and therefore more vulnerable. Now, there are numbers of variations of the same basic scam. Now, in some cases, the scammers may be the one creating a profile on a dating site and wait for a potential victim to contact them. Typically, the profile will include a photograph of very attractive young women and who will not have any trouble attracting would-be suitors. In other cases, the scammer may simply send out random unsolicited email professing a desire to begin a relationship and in the hope that some gullible recipients will favorably respond. Alternatively, they may strike up a conversation with a potential victim via internet chat room. Now, in some variation of the scam, the fraudster may not ask for money directly. Instead, they may ask their victim to cash money orders or check and wire them to the proceeds. Now, the money orders or check will turn out to be fake or stolen, and the victim will be left out of pocket and possibly held responsible for receiving stolen funds. Now, the scammers may also try to trick victims into revealing sensitive information such as credit card numbers or bank accounts. Now, if you begin corresponding with a person with the purpose of developing a romantic relationship, remain cautious even if the relationship seems to be progressing very well. These scammers are very skilled at building trust and know how to make vulnerable victims fall in love with them. Now, regardless of the strength of the feeling towards a correspondent, you should view any request for money as highly suspicious. Now, internet dating scammers often use the same names, family details, and cover stories in multiple dating scams. Therefore, you may be able to expose a scam by conducting internet research on the name used by the scammer or key phrases from their emails. That's the best way to protect yourself. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hope this episode gave you a little more insight on how to deal with the many uncertainties of life and how to come out a winner. Life is not easy, as we all know it, but it is really up to you to decide how you want to manage it. You can't really control everything happening in your lives, so for the things that are out of your control, it is important to determine how much of a lesson was learned from the experience and what you can do to avoid similar circumstances to happen again. Now, we all want to grow, become better people, and live a happy life. Now, if you're experiencing difficult challenges, you may need to seek the help of a life coach. Every problem in life already has a solution glued to it. You just need to figure out how to find it. Now, I hope this episode was helpful, and stay tuned for our future episode coming up very soon. Now, if you happen to have any further questions, do not hesitate to contact me at the number below so we can address your problems together and find that solution that is already there. Until then, my friend, stay safe, stay wise, and stay happy. My name is Dr. Dan Amzalag, and I'm your virtual life coach.